Gather round, children, gather round. It's story time with Just the Little Writer. In case you didn't know, that's me. Bon appetit. Justine walked through the crowd as the music blared. She took a seat at the bar at the same time as a man in a gray suit. She glanced at him and smiled to herself. Some naughty thoughts popped up inside her head. The man winked at her and Justine blushed. She was sure that he could read her mind, that he could see what she was imagining him doing to her. He leaned over and whispered in her ear, "Are you shy?" Justine nodded and refused to make eye contact. She hoped that he would make the first move, and he did. The man whispered, "I'm Keegan. Come with me." Keegan took Justine by the hand and led her from the main floor. They took the elevator up to the very top floor of the building and entered a posh suite. Justine was impressed. She didn't ask if it was his place and didn't care. Keegan wrapped his arms around her waist and said, "Can I taste you?" Justine nodded and Keegan kissed her on the lips. He took her clothes off and threw them on the floor. There was a huge round bed in the center of the room. Keegan picked her up and placed her on the bed. Justine closed her eyes and waited. She spread her legs as wide as they could go and felt a warm tongue on her most sensitive spot. Keegan had truly mastered this particular art. Just when she was about to climax, Justine felt sharp pains all over her body. It was as if she had been stabbed with a dozen tiny knives. She opened her eyes and the scream that would have followed got lost in her throat. She looked down and saw Keegan smiling with blood dripping from his mouth. The round bed was surrounded by pretty men who looked very much like Keegan. "Bon appetit," Keegan said, and his brothers feasted on the helpless Justine. Keegan washed his face, then went back downstairs and sat at the bar.